Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode of the Challenge All Stars, our recap and review for season 4, episode 7. And we're gonna jump right into it like we always do, coming back from the Nicole Jasmine elimination and Steve and Keithla, with Jasmine and Keithla going home. Nicole, when they come back in the house, Nicole and Steve are happy. They got their stars now. Yeah, they got no, Steve already has a star. He gave Ace a star.
Yes. So they come back in. Nicole is happy that she finally got her star. She is thanking Veronica for telling her the truth. And Veronica was like, yeah, girl, whatever you want. Whatever you need. So now, we're friends now. So, which is just to backtrack because we didn't recap last week. I don't know why Nicole even believed Veronica.
I just
Nicole, Veronica did not give her any substantial proof that Jasmine was going against her. So for her to jump like that, and then also I don't like the fact that TJ allowed, well, not TJ, but the producers in the challenge,
they allowed that to happen. That once the decision is made, it's kind of like what's the game where you once you take your finger off of it, then that's the decision. Yeah. Jasmine is in the stands. No takes these back. I was a little confused. I didn't think that would
I don't think that was fair, because y'all don't do that any other time when there's nominations. If that's the person that get picked, that's the person that get picked. Ain't no takesy backsies. She should have thought about that before she went down there.
Yeah, I think that if she said I want to save Jasmine, and she hadn't come down, and Jasmine wasn't already up, then sure, I guess you could change your mind. But Jasmine's literally in the crowd.
Yeah,
she's literally up there. You wouldn't even be able to find. I done already took my jersey off. I'm none of that.
I would have stopped production. I would have been like, y'all get me. Stop the cameras.
Yeah, I was saying, you're gonna have to bring up the rule book, show me bring up some contracts, because I am not going down. I'm not going back down. Exactly. Yeah, I was surprised that was able to be possible once they had already been established. That was kind of literally TJ about to call start, and then yeah, I mean, but no, kudos to Veronica. This is not against Veronica, because
it's just like Derek said, it's that's the reason she's a well-known player, because her political game is something serious. That all she did was the sky is blue and the colors. You know what? The sky is looking a little blue, so let me go ahead and
there's no proof of nothing. I'm against Kara too. How? So I mean, I think Nicole just was, these are separate sides, and you said you're on my side, so I'm just gonna take your word. And Jasmine didn't say nothing. So, but again, if I'm Jasmine, I didn't think I needed to say anything, because I am in the crowd. I'm a bystander at this point.
Yeah. Also, before we go further into this episode, I do also want to touch base, because it kind of plays into this episode too. I understand healthy paranoia, but Cara has to chill. The way she in nominations literally blocked Cam from going down was y'all not doing nothing y'all think y'all doing. You're not voting the way you're voting, Gigi. No, you're gonna vote this way because I need my star.
I mean, I don't fault that. And I try to see both sides. But what do you think she should do? That was literally for her game. That was for her what game, she needs to do.
I don't I don't have a problem with Cara doing it. I have a problem with people following it with no
Okay, that don't got nothing to do with Cara. You said Cara need to chill. Cara did exactly what needed to be done for that. Because if I'm Cara, and Cam, rightfully so, Cam, I don't want Cam to go in there, because I know Cam is going to take my star. So she did what was supposed to be done for herself.
Yes, you got to do what you got to do.
It's the other people that you can, criticize. But for Cara, just like Cara said, I don't know how that happened. I don't know. I'm surprised, just like you surprised. She did.
Yeah, I get that. I guess my thing is, you actively bully. Well, I wouldn't say bully. You same thing that Tina did to Avery is what Kari did to Avery again. You're gonna vote this way, and I'll give you my star. Like Avery, come on now. You know that girl's not giving you her star. But anyway, we get back into this house, and nothing really happened too much in the front end. We do see a conversation with Adam and Ryan, who are talking about how they were kind of wild in their 20s, and Adam mentioned that he thought he was a know-it-all. And then Ryan goes into his sobriety journey, which was touching. But it also, wasn't he on All Stars 3?
He was on the recent season.
Yeah, I thought so, because the way he framed it, he said that he was only 8 months sober. And I'm pretty sure when he filmed All Star 3 was after or before he started his sobriety journey. So I wonder if that played a part kind of into that game, and it was just kind of interesting that. But kudos to him. We're happy to see that. Hopefully, he maintains his sobriety, because it can be challenging. Also, if it was me, you would not find me in that challenge house. That is too much pressure for me. Like, not to be able to drink or whatever.
Well, now, not to be able to drink, but also, they have limits on drinking now, which is good.
To deal with these people, if I have to deal with
I would say, yeah. But I mean, maybe being in this environment with other people, it could be helpful.
Because it's kind of like I guess it's kind of like a detox or a rehab too, where you're already limited, and then you have cameras in your face, and I'm pretty sure they have like a downtime, but there's no high, like you can't. There's no accessibility to get.
And these are adults. Like these are, it's not the main stage, the main challenge where, or like old school challenge where they were just crazy party and doing all types of crazy stuff. Yeah. This is more like we're here for a good time, but not too much. We got real life back to here. Okay. But yeah, so I was very happy to hear that about Ryan. And then we hear, we get a scene where they're talking to Brad, just kind of saying like, Brad, you're like a beast, and even though you've been going through a tough time this time, when we usually see you, you are like one of the competitors to beat. And Brad has been having a tough time this season. Besides like the first challenge, he hasn't really been placing high up. He's been in the losing group, just messing up little mistakes here and there, and I think it kind of like discouraged him for his season in general, because of how he's started so far.
Yeah, I do think he alluded to something going on at home. I wish he would have elaborated on that a little bit more, just so we can kind of get a mind state. Because he also mentioned he's a teacher too. So I just kind of want to see how that correlates into, because I don't think he's married or dating anyone. He didn't mention them. So I just wonder what's going on at home that kind of made him, or that he feels is a justifiable excuse for his behavior and whatnot. So yeah. But everybody, Brad, you're good, you got this, da da da. And then we get to the challenge, unless anything else happened.
Yeah, no. When we get to the challenge, it is trivia, which I like trivia. This trivia, though, a majority of this trivia was literally about this challenge.
Yeah, I did not like that at all.
Challenge instead of overall challenge in general. They did a good amount of stuff about just stuff currently, but also I think that just kind of how Laurel and who was Laurel's partner?
Laurel was partnered with Ryan.
Yes, how they reacted. I kind of reacted the same way. Some of them questions were not created equal, because I was like, what is happening? Why would you ask them that?
Yeah, talking about how do you spell mission? Come on now. And then yes, it's been 30 seasons. Yes, trivia has been, a reoccurring game, but there's more questions you can ask. There's no reason why how many steps y'all go up in the arena should be a question.
Yes, exactly. Like Ryan said, who is paying attention to that?
And then again, what hand is Rachel throwing with? I'm not paying attention to that.
No, but
I'm
even
looking at
that, that was too easy. That was too easy because it's only two possible answers. What hand is Rachel throwing with? Literally 90% of people probably would say right hand.
Yeah.
And the right hand. I was just like, please, please stop. that was some of the questions were just a little too like.
What color is Cam hair? Oh,
And then they said who played in the double elimination. The one we left last night. I was like, it was the one we just left last night.
Yeah, and then they try to make, because he was like, oh, good. Basically, he was like, who was nominated? Because of course Nicole went down, but she wasn't nominated for an elimination. And Laura was like, it was Jasmine, Veronica, Keefla, and Steve. And TJ was like, oh, good job for paying attention. That's common sense. Like I understood the question. Like, yeah, it was just, this wasn't the best.
It wasn't fair to everybody because the questions were not distributed well. I don't think you should have any of those like basic questions in there at all. But if you have them, you need to have a whole round of basicness, basic questions. Because it'll be like, I think they were trying to give the easy questions like disperse here and there. But if you give an easy question and then right after them a hard question, I'm gonna get the ball for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It wasn't good. You need to do the whole round easy if you're gonna do an easy round.
Yeah, and I also think trivia. I don't feel like trivia should ever be played in partners. Mainly because, or if it is partners, it should be like how it was in 38, I think, where it was like they was hanging on the glass and they all had to answer the question. Like they couldn't like skip around. I think that was, or some variation of that where you just can't, because if you're partners like we saw with Jay and Nicole, all of Jay can just take over and I'll just cruise through, because I don't, definitely since it's a male elimination, I don't really got to do any work if I was Nicole. So yeah, I'll just let Jay take the lead. And if he gets wrong, then well, we tried. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. The only other thing with this one, it was paid in 2 phases. The teams that lasted longer goes into phase 2, the winners bracket, and then the final pairing of those become the winner. And in the end, Leroy and Veronica wins over Derek and whoever his partner was.
I think it was Derek and Tina.
Yes, it was.
Derek and Tina.
Yeah.
I was happy Leroy got his first win of the season, so that was good. And because he got his first win, he'll have the option to possibly throw himself in, to get Cam a star since he already has a star. He can throw himself in. So, but he doesn't get to vote for who's going in, and it is a men's day this go around. So they all make it back to the house, and they all make
Before we get to the house, I do just want to mention, you can tell that TJ really loves Leroy because Leroy can never do no wrong with TJ eyes. Anytime TJ talks to Leroy, it's my boy Leroy. Like in the last episode, he was like, it's my main man Leroy, his beautiful bride. Like TJ always like compliments Leroy. You can tell that TJ like really mess with Leroy.
I like Leroy too. Everybody likes Leroy.
But we get back in the house and they got some oven. At first I thought it was like the Cat in the Hat. Not Cat in the Hat, but like Puss in Boots, like it's some type of like product placement. Because it's like, oh, we got oven baked pizza. It's just laid out. I thought it was like something, but no, we get Ace and his extravagant story about.
When Ace said this story, I was like, what? I really believe that I don't necessarily think that he meant to be shady with it. I do believe that he think that Brad like would want to take it back, but my initial reaction when he was like, and so I want to pass the torch to Adam or Brad, and I was like, why would you say their names like that? But I don't believe the Ace had like ill intentions. I don't think he even personally, I don't think he think about the game in like such a strategic sense.
Yeah, I was Leroy in that moment. So basically, you're saying voting Adam and Brad. Like, just to backtrack a little bit too, back to the trivia questions. They had a question in there talking about what color is the couches in the house. Like, why, again, why were those are the questions? And that was the question Ace failed on when he's known for sleeping. But yeah, just this episode, these last two episodes with Ace, I don't think all the truths are there. Again, it could be strategy, like, but I don't know. I don't know, something a little loose.
I just think he is a low-key type of person, and if it is strategy,
yeah, it's working.
I think pretty much everybody trusts Ace.
Yeah. So we get to nominations, and basically the male players at risk is Steve, Adam, Brad, and Ryan. Everybody decides essentially not to vote in Steve because he just went in last week. And then basically
Adam asked to go in, so they said they're gonna give Adam.
Adam asked to go in, and then so it was really down between Brad and Ryan. And Derek was team Ryan. He was like, "Let's not vote in Ryan." All that, that's my good Judy. And then we get to Tina, and she decides to vote Ryan
and
for no real reason.
Well, she's big Ryan because I don't think she has like a real relationship with Ryan, and Brad is her she's cool with Brad, so she wasn't gonna say Brad regardless. So she decided to burn a vote on Steve.
Yeah, but she also, I think Ryan said that him and Tina did have somewhat of an alliance, where he was iffy about her for this reason, because he knew once she comes in, just like she did Rachel, Tina's just not good with the politics, and she even said it herself. But my thing is, like, it's not even about being good at politics. It's just, again, reading the room and just sticking to your word. Like, if that's your friend and you say you wouldn't vote for him, or y'all working together, it's just a no-brainer not to vote for him. Like, so, but in the end, Ace voted for Adam and Brad. Cara Maria voted for Adam and Brad. Jay voted for Adam and Ryan. Nicole voted for Adam and Ryan, and then Tina voted for Adam and Steve. Everybody, everybody wanted to throw Brad in, mainly because he hasn't been doing his best, and since the next day, what they're assuming is a female's day, they don't want Brad to, be on his team.
Partner. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tina was like, "I'll take Brad." So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we get to
go ahead. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was about to get to eliminations.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I guess we get to elimination now. Like, this episode's pretty straightforward. So this elimination is called Cheat Codes. Each player has a giant video game controller, and on a screen on the opposite side of the arena, players must press a button on the screen to reveal a cheat code, which they must replicate by pressing the buttons of their controller using their feet. The first player to directly replicate the code wins.
Yes. I thought I think it's an easy challenge, but it's like a
it's memory, essentially.
You said what?
It's memory.
Yeah, it's memory and being meticulous, not going too fast so you don't mess nothing up. And I really think that was the
saving grace for
that's what it was. Is kind of like you can hurry up and memorize, or like think you memorize it and go and then mess up and you're gonna have to start all over, which is what first Leroy gets the option to do this challenge or not do this challenge. And he says, no way am I doing this challenge. I think because this is like something that anything could happen type of thing. Even though I think he would have had a good chance doing this. Yeah. It wasn't like
I'm not risking going home for this though.
Yeah, it wasn't like super physical, but also
especially since I already got a star, like I don't need to, like, that's another thing. He don't need to go in. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's not gonna do it. So it is gonna be Adam versus Brad. And they both decide to take totally different approaches. Brad is like trying to memorize as much as he can and going back and putting it in. Adam is like he's gonna take his time, do 2 or 3 um control things at a time and enter those in so he makes sure he got some exactly right. But Brad at one point he was like kept pressing the start button. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming the start button like
To
restarts it. I
reset,
don't know why he
yeah.
kept pressing that.
Well, he said that he started to get confused with, which is, I don't know how he got confused. I'm confused on how he got confused because you're only remembering 3 or 4 at a time. So how, granted, yeah, you're running back and forth, but red up, green down, red left. Like I don't.
But I think I don't know. You flustered, you trying to hurry up and probably worried about what the next person doing. So, I mean, I can understand how you could get like confused, but he was just going too fast. I think that's this whole season, Brad has been like moving too fast. And
Yeah.
he got the speed, he got the strength and all these things, but he doing it too fast is messing him up.
Yeah. So I mean, it was. I mean, it was a good elimination, I guess. Nothing really happened. Adam takes the W. I kind of knew Adam was going to win because, again, this whole Avery plot line, I'm pretty sure is coming because literally Avery has not been in these episodes the last 3, 4 episodes. So that whole relationship, I'm pretty sure, is about to start developing. So I knew, plus, again, Brad wasn't really doing his best. So
I do want
I
to
didn't
say
have any.
production, they should always be messing up because before they asked Leroy if he wanted to come down there, when TJ was explaining the game, they showed the you know how they show how the game is played. They showed
Yeah.
like the players doing the game, and it was Brad and Adam playing the game. I was like, yeah, like why would you show us Brad and Adam playing the game? So now we know Leroy is not coming down here. I was
Yeah.
like, why would they
They
show
did
that?
that. They did the same thing again in the challenge as well, where the clip they show literally show, I think it was Laurel and Ryan or one of them like fling golf, and you can clearly see the other 3 pairs. Like, so we know who already got in the losing heat for this one. So yeah, but in the end, Adam wins and he takes or he gets back his star, leave it to him from Ace. And Ace was like, yeah, I was just holding the warm for you. And I was Derek in that moment, like, I want a star. Bitch, if you don't want it, give it to me then. And you just give it out stars.
Yeah, I felt similar in the sense I like Ace, the fact that he is easygoing, but at the same time, this is a game and you want people to be nervous to take a star from you. You don't want them to be like, I'll take it from Ace. He don't care.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you
Or
give.
like if I ask him, he'll give it to me. Like,
Yeah, so I understand like being like non-confrontational, like, it's okay, we still cool, buddy. But at the same time, buddy, if you still want to be my buddy, don't take my star. You need to give off that energy too.
yeah. You now have Kara, Adam, Steve, Leroy, Veronica, and Nicole all being star holders. Also, I don't understand why nobody's like Kara. She made a good point, which I give it to her. She was basically like, it's not about, everybody was talking about it's too early to go get your star. It's not about getting the star. It's about getting the star but holding on to it. And Kara literally had her star.
Kara has started since day one.
She
She's the
has
only
been
person.
defending that star.
She's the only person that has had her start since day one. Yeah, she's the only person. She been holding on to that bad boy.
She is fighting.
But I told you, I want TJ. Like they always give them so much time. Like they be like, "Oh, you have to get a skull to enter the final. Everybody who in my final has to have a star."
Yeah.
I want a cutoff. Like I want, okay, episode 9, beginning of the episode, y'all got no star. Final starts today. Bye. Like I don't want them to be like do it like a purge or whatever they call it, and they do one challenge. Now everybody can get a star. If you get one at the end of this challenge, then you're in it. Then what did I hold on to the star for this whole time? Everybody get an opportunity at the last episode. No, I want that to be. You done told them all season. You had to have a star. They did not go in to get a star. Episode 8 come, y'all don't have a star. That's it. Yeah, that's how you should play. Because then next season they're gonna be going in to get a star because they don't know when you're gonna make the cutoff. You know what I mean? Right. If I was them right now, I wouldn't be too worried either because I've seen the other seasons where he gave everybody opportunity on the last episode to get a star. This show is like about Kara. I'm sorry. Like I like that's why that I think it's such a like a character that's so like comeback is so big to the show, to the franchise. She needed to be on the main season with other people who have like storylines similar or that would revolve around them as well.
Yeah.
I feel like because she is like one of the faces of the challenge, every show, every episode on All Stars has been about Kara. And if she was on a show with Johnny Banana, CT, and all of them, it would be dispersed around. But she is on here with people we haven't seen in a while, so they are really focusing on her a lot.
Yeah,
And
because like I said, Avery, we haven't seen much of her.
yeah,
Flora, we haven't seen much of
yeah,
her.
this show is supposed to give other
Tina,
people
surprisingly,
opportunity. And I
yeah,
don't think it's gonna, I don't think it's not giving them an opportunity because literally every episode seems to be like centered around her or their problem with her or her saving her star. And I'm a Kara fan, so it's not, are you a Nikki fan? And I'm a Kara fan, but but I want the all-star people as well as her, she's an all-star, but I want everybody to kind of have an opportunity because how can you even be like, oh, you could be on the main show if I don't even remember you from the season that gave you a shot to be on the main show.
yeah.
So yeah, but so Adam won. He takes a star. So we'll see what happens next episode with all the drama that's gonna go down.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
let's get into our fantasy draft. So in first place, we have Team Say, who again, I don't know.
what he got somebody telling him what's gonna happen beginning every season because this is crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's no way he still has all his players. Like, even like, come on now. But he's in first place, and literally his team didn't even like do much. I mean, outside of like his team is literally cruising, but he has 1000 and not 1000, 1040 points. In second place with 900 points is my team. I'm holding on, a female-led team with Jay. So I still feel like I got some good contenders with Kara, Cam, and Jay.
Well, like I said, you always gonna get points as long as Kara's there.
And then trucking along in third place with 741 points, we have Team Gigi with Leroy and Adam as our sole players.
I'm gonna trust in these two. Come on, y'all. But yeah, so it was an okay episode. So we're gonna see what's bringing next week. Next week look like it's gonna be more explosive. But leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Let us know what you thought of our video. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you on our next one. Peace.